agreed to do a lesson on artificial intelligence. So without wasting any time, you can see his glamorous slides. He always has the most amazing, informative, beautiful slides to share. Just the slides will make you want to read what they have. So without further ado, I'm going to hand the mic over to Professor Peter Akwichek, the proprietor of Trustech University in Boya, Cameroon, and Trustech Online Academy. Prof, the mic is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Reverend Dr. Pam. I appreciate that introduction. I want to welcome everyone, all the students across Africa, that this is our third part in emerging computer and technological skills in Africa. It is a comprehensive exploration of how emerging technologies are transforming Africa's technical landscape, creating new opportunities and addressing unique continental challenges through skill development and innovation. Africa's tech skills revolution, setting the stage for 2025 and beyond. Job growth in Africa is poised to add millions of technical jobs by 2030, 5 years from now, amid the rapid digital transformation across the continent. Now, the question is, what are employers looking for? After you graduate from school, you're looking forward for a job, but what are employers looking for? 91% of employers prefer hands-on technical skills and certification over traditional degrees. It's happening, guys. So, doesn't mean that you don't need to have a degree, but at least a degree should form you a base. But what is trending nowadays and in the next few years is skills, hands-on skills and certification. So it is essential that after you graduate and have your degree, please look for a technical skill, learn it and prove it by taking certification, including things like AWS Cloud Engineering, Azure Cloud Engineering, Google Cloud Platform Engineering, cybersecurity, data science, and on and on. Your gateway skills today, it wasn't like that before in the last 5 years. The emerging tech skills provided youth access to booming sectors like fintech, agri-tech, and AI. AI means artificial intelligence. It's everywhere. If you are not using AI today, you are missing out a lot. So, the Pan-African Emerging Tech Skills Program exists today and is backed by the European Initiative. Tuition-free certification in 10 emerging tech courses with global accreditation. Massive reach, over 1 million beneficiaries targeted across Nigeria and other African countries. Comprehensive curriculum and AI and IIT, data science, cybersecurity, with hands-on project weekly sessions. This is something that you should take note of and find out how to get involved. The top tech skills driving Africa's digital economy in 2025 and beyond. I'm going to list them here. You may be interested in one of them. AI and machine learning top the chart. 860% growth generative AI demand globally, transforming fintech, healthcare, and agriculture across Africa. Number 2 is data science analytics. Big data market projected to reach over 600 billion by 2029. And some of the skills that are being searched for, programming language, such as Python, SQL, and Tableau, are in high demand in Africa. Software development is the third career path that you can choose. full stack development with Python and JavaScript, frameworks that remain foundational for digital innovation, and finally, cybersecurity and cloud, essential for protecting digital assets and enabling scalable infrastructure across the continent. These are the four major career trending today, especially in Africa. Find yourself in one of these paths. Find passion in any of these paths. You will not regret it in the next few years. The leading African tech hubs powering skill adoption. Let's look at the number. Kenya is funding over 200 million. The Silicon Savannah with AI strategy and startup bill fueling innovation. Can you imagine that? Kenya, that's how much you're investing in technology. Nigeria, funding Lagos ecosystem with unicorns like Munir Point and Nigeria Startup Act. Over 176 million is being allocated for that. What about South Africa? Cape Town. There are over 450 tech firms emerging. Digital economy master plan targeting over 20% GDP. That's coming out from South Africa. These are the technology powerhouse. And not to forget about other countries like Rwanda, Burkina Faso. These are the most recent emerging technology in the Sahel. All right. AI innovation tailored to Africa's unique challenges. What is AI? Artificial intelligence. Okay. How is it useful to us in Africa? Very, very important. 4 areas where AIs can change our lives. 4 areas. 1, predictive healthcare. Predictive healthcare. Well, it's not just starting today. It's already emerging. Ghana's project cut maternal mortality by 30% using AI-driven risk prediction algorithms in rural areas. Wait a minute. It's already happening in healthcare because of AI. What about fraud detection? How can you tell that your account is being monitored for fraud? Well, Nigeria Fluteware, that's their first innovative program, reduced payment fraud by 65% using sophisticated AI behavior analytics. What does that mean? When Nigeria deployed this software in the banking system, they will notice that somebody is trying to enter an account and the password keep failing. Well, if the AI was not there, nobody would know that somebody is trying to do brute force to get into your account. AI, when implemented, it will notify the administration and your account will be more protective. And you will be sent some 2-factor authentication to find out if you're the one trying to do it. And behold, fraud detection is enforced. What about climate change? Smart agriculture. Smart agriculture. Bygones are the days where we don't know about our soil, we don't know about our weather, we just keep planting and hope for the best, right? Kenya farmers boosted yields over 40% with AI-powered drought and pest forecasting technology. So you can use AI to predict when the rains will come, when there will be drought, and then you can prepare and not to fall into this environment or weather condition where you will be at your own disadvantage. And not to forget about inclusive finance. Which country is involved in this? Well, we have Kenya, we have Nigeria. They all have these finance apps that leverages AI for microloans and crop insurance for the unbanked populations. Can you imagine a lot of places, remote area where they don't have banks? How do you protect your money, your investment? All right, AI is here, and AI is changing the world. Bridging skills gap, challenges and opportunity. Well, you know, we all have challenges in the Western world equally as in Africa. But how do we bridge that gap? Well, Africa faces a significant gap in key sectors. Of course, people are still dreaming about AI, cloud, cybersecurity. This is true. A lot of countries in Africa are not yet embracing this technology. So there is a big gap, over 73% technical skill gap. There's room to learn and grow. Another technical gap is in women in AI. Women represent only 22% of AI professionals and learners globally. Not to talk about Africa. So the opportunity is here. We want everyone to get excited and get involved. What about socioeconomic impact? Technology as a development accelerator. That's how you should look at it. Economic growth, youth empowerment, social development, investor confidence. These are areas where technology can give you the leverage. Let's look at economic growth. AI could double African GDP growth rate by 2035, boosting productivity across agriculture, industry, and services. Africa is an emerging market. Social development. Emerging tech support 67% to 82% social development target, including poverty reduction, education, and clean energy. There you go. Number 3, youth empowerment. Our youth. Digital skills enable you to participate in global tech markets. You are not only bound to your locality. You can actually compete globally online in technology, reducing unemployment and fostering innovation. And lastly, investors' confidence. Startups, new companies, can raise over $1 billion in 2025, signaling strong investor belief in Africa's tech-driven future. A lot of companies are coming in. They're pouring money into Africa. But the moment will come where they are looking forward for technology-savvy engineers. And if you don't learn, if you don't put attention, if you are not aggressive, learning quickly, the skills and certifications that are highly needed by companies, then you'll be left behind. So let us move on. All right. Inspiring stories, African youth transforming their futures. Technology gave me the opportunity to build solutions for my community while connecting to the global economy. Okay. Flexible workspace designed for productivity and collaboration. There are many places now in Africa, especially in big towns, where you don't have to rent a big office and have access or buy your own computers or find a way to get your own internet. You can just subscribe for a minimum fee. You have access to this wealth of technology and access to the global market. You rent places like workspaces, flexible workspaces. You come in, you sit down, do your work, and you leave somebody else come around. The space is available. They sit down, connect their laptop to the internet, and there you go, making it very affordable. That is what is happening in Africa today, especially in Nigeria. The road ahead, empowering Africa's digital future. Invest in digital education. foster inclusive policies, support ethical AI, and security, cybersecurity. So these are the areas where we look forward for growth. So invest your time, invest money, and be part of this revolution. And with that, we conclude our presentation today. And if there are any questions, I'm here ready to answer.
Peter, I'm just sitting here and saying that I have to enroll in your class. You know, I don't even know how to thank you. Let me allow participants to unmute so that they can ask questions. Hold on a second. Participants, ask all participants. Okay, so please, you can unmute yourself and ask the professor any questions you have. Please unmute yourself. If you're speaking, we can hear you. Unmute yourself and ask questions. I know Dr. Sise is in Sierra Leone. I don't know if she has, yeah. Okay, Dr. Sise, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Prof. For the few students who have joined, I really want you to take on board what Prof has described to you. I know being in Sierra Leone, there are a lot of challenges. Right now, I'm using a generator to be able to log on because there is no electricity. But I hope when the video comes out, students will go through this and look at and go through it several times and be able to gather the information that Prof is providing, because it is something that will take you so much longer to research yourself. I want to thank you, Prof. Now, what I want you to highlight, Prof, the best way to use AI, because what we find from our youths is this idea of copy paste as they were used when they started using Google. What advice do you have for students of how best to use AI?
Great question indeed. I happen to, in my previous employer, company were a little bit apprehensive when AI came around, and company were like, "Oh my gosh, should I use AI? We don't know where the data is being stored. We are, they're worried about their data." That was a few years back. Today, in my previous company, the manager actually said, if you are not using AI at work, you will be fired in 6 months. Can you imagine? Seriously. Absolutely. That's what he said. I personally see a lot of productivity in AI. Let me tell you why. I have been a programmer over the years, programming data science, SQL Server, Python, right? So you have a problem that you have to sit down and design the solution to that problem in your head, maybe on paper. Then you have to go out and do research. And then you actually start programming, right? Start writing program. And it takes hours and days for you to finish that programming work. Today, you will go to ChatGPT, you will get to Cursor AI, you will get to Cloud AI, and just pose the problem. You can pose the problem and say, AI, please help me design and develop for me a Python code that will load my data into the database. And there you go. Now, Madam said, how do we make sure we use AI appropriately? Yes, let me tell you how to use it appropriately. AI is your aid. It's not a solution to all your problems. As a matter of fact, it can be challenging to pick out what is actually real or good. But I would guarantee you that 95% of the time, AI hit the target. How do you make sure that AI gives you the right material or the right content? It all depends on your prompt. There's what is called prompt, AI prompt. There is a course on that. What I mean by AI prompt, you need to state your problem very clearly. If you don't state your problem very clearly, you're going to get a wrong answer. So you have to think through it. Understand that AI is like a human being. If I teach you something, if I'm not very clear to give you examples that you relate to in the past and give you a demo that you actually see me doing it, then it will be like mystery to you in your brain. So if you come to AI with that mentality and you say, you know what, let me make sure AI understand what I'm looking for, and then you construct the prompt, you will get good results. Number two, after you construct the right prompt and seek for solution from AI, you cannot use one AI and think that is the best. No, I don't. You can go to ChatGPT and post your prompt there. ChatGPT will go out and give you a research and give you the content. You take a look at it. No, go to a Cursor, do the same thing there. You can go to Cloud, Clued, they call it Clued AI. Do the same there. At least 3 AIs are sitting in front of you with their results. Then compare and contrast to see which one makes sense. Then you'll be able to pick the right one. Number 4, after you pick the right result, you don't just copy and paste, my dear. What you do is you're going to read. You're going to validate what you have received. Sometimes you may spot errors yourself, and then you say, AI, oh, no, I think you are making a mistake. I didn't mean this. Please correct it. Aha, it corrects it and give you the result. And then you look at it like, no, really, the result is not really I really want. I really want you to do it this way. It goes out and do. So you are training AI to give you the right result, something that your brain cannot do immediately. Those are the 3 or 4 stages of how you can use AI productively. It was a great question.
So thank you. Dr. Sir, are you done or you have a follow-up? Because I have a question and a comment.
I want to thank Prof for that explanation, because the key point there that I got from it, the fact that you don't just copy and paste. It's like researching. You have answers from different aspects of AI, from different parts, and you read and summarize what you have learned. You don't just copy and paste. That is why when we are telling students not to use AI for their assignment, it's not that we're discouraging them from using it, but they were using it inappropriately. And it's very important for them, even in their research at university, before you get a prompt, you need to understand your research question. If you don't have a proper research question, then it's like they said, garbage in, garbage out. What you put in the computer is what you get out. Okay. So thank you very much for that. I hope the students learn from that.
Yeah. Prof, thank you. So a comment and then a couple of questions. So when you're explaining that they have to be specific with AI what they need, it's like asking a human being a question in a language that they don't understand. And they will give you a wrong answer because they did not understand it. So I know when I was doing my MBA, they had this plagiarism checkers like Unit Check, Grammarly. I'm sure they have one app for AI, because if the students just use AI for research and copy and paste, can that be, I don't know, can that be termed AI plagiarism, Prof? Because the good thing with AI is that it narrows down, it brings you down to the specifics. Google just gives you 1 million results when you search, but AI brings it down. But instead of the students reading what AI has given them, like you say, I have had to correct AI about Africa's Brain Bank. You know, they just copy and paste, and that is not learning. We're not trying. We don't need them to copy and paste. We don't need them to tell us that they can use AI or they know about AI. We need them to be able to use AI as a learning tool and a research tool, not a replacement for their brains, not a replacement for them. Because AI is not the one taking this course, they are. So your thoughts, Prof?
Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, AI is your helper.
Exactly.
It's your helper. And you'll be more productive by using AI. So again, you have to be intelligent enough to validate if AI result is accurate. So 1 second, guys. I have somebody at the door. I'll be right back.
No problem. So Dr. Sese, while we are waiting for who is DJ Money?
It's me, Emmanuel Salebi.
Emmanuel, how are you?
One of the mentors. I'm
doing fine.
I know where Emmanuel is. So I hope you guys followed up with your colleagues to use last week to catch up on all their assignments.
Yes. She is with me now. Yeah, she is with me, and one of our colleagues also is with us. They are all listening.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
good. So I'm glad that some of you are getting together to Zoom in. That way, cut down on Wi-Fi connectivity and data. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we did that because the other colleague's phone got missing, whilst the other isn't yet isn't able to link yet. Yeah, maybe because of 1 or 2 challenge. So we came together to listen, whatever.
That's good. That's very good. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. So,
Reverend, what you'll be happy about again, I'm sure Salifu can confirm that. Salifu put in the forum that many students did their assignment this time. That many, quite a good number.
Oh, I saw that because it comes to my phone. I saw that. I'm still on the road, but I saw that. Yeah, that is good because we really want most of you to go into phase 2. We don't want to drop you, but for you to go, you have to complete all your assignments. There's no 2 ways about it.
So I want to ask a question.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm looking at it from the point of ethic and culture. I want to ask, so how do we ensure AI in education respect African culture, our languages, and our local knowledge system? Because you know, this AI thing has been is a set up data or information you get from online or whatever source, and they have been already inputted there without looking or favoring African languages, our culture, yes, all that. So I really want to know how
that is a very important question. The Prof has step aside, but there's something I would attempt to answer it. I'm not an AI expert, but what you're saying is so true because there's so much inaccurate information online about our culture, about Africa, about our people. And remember, AI goes with data that is available, information that is available. I mean, there is a higher level of AI that can create its own information, but that's not the majority. So, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's a documentary about data labelers for AI, and most of them I think in Kenya, and it's not a very it's a depressing documentary because our people that are labeling this data are not really getting paid. One of them said the payment system requires you to have at least, I think it was 10 something, I don't remember the currency, but the money they were paying her was not enough to make any withdrawal. So she ended up not getting paid for all the years she worked. But they were called data labelers. Like they would look at
some of these they do ask for payment in dollars, payment with cards, and we are not open to that.
With a dollar account, okay.
Yeah, but these people, they will label different things like animals, places, objects. They are the ones labeling it so that AI can use it. But when Prof comes back, Prof, if you are back, just wait. It's an important question for from Emmanuel, one of the student monitors, one of the class monitors. This is so crucial because we don't want AI to promulgate those inaccurate information, especially about our culture, about our people. And so I think that falls under ethics of AI. Again, I am not an AI expert yet, but I am going to become AI certified. So that question is very, very important. And also another way to bypass that or to reduce that is for us to put our own story out there and our own information. The more information we put, the positive information and accurate information, the more data AI will have. It's just like in medicine. You know, my background is in pharmacy. I'm a clinical pharmacist. When they do drug testing, clinical trials for drugs, a lot of times our people don't sign up because they don't want to be guinea pigs. But then if our people do not sign up for clinical trials, the final drug will not work as good for us as it will work for those who signed up. Remember I'm saying there are a lot of high blood pressure is very rampant among our people. As a matter of fact, they are the highest demographic with high blood pressure and diabetes. But most of the medications for high blood pressure doesn't really work for us. Why is that? So I use that to say, if we do not put our own information out there for AI to pick up, AI will pick up whatever it has. I don't know if you want to say something. We're waiting for Prof. Are you back?
Yep, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Did you hear the question that Emmanuel asked?
It was about Africa and the ethical concern about AI.
No. Let him ask the question again. Prof, I hope I did not give a wrong answer. That was just my own feedback. But Emmanuel, ask the question again. Prof is back.
Okay. I was asking. This got to do with our culture and the way we do things, our ethics. I was asking, how do we ensure AI in education respect African culture? Because we are Africa, we can't shy away from that. And languages, local knowledges, systems, there are things we do that depict us as Africans. So here is the catch. This AI we are talking about is being improved, it's been created by European, and they portray their own ideas. That not to say they also using English. And in Africa, we have our own African ways of learning our local languages, our culture is being passed on from generation to the other. Now, with the emergence of this AI, which is talking about other cultures, other way of doing things. So that's the question, because I always think about that. In fact, the very first time I saw it as part of the models, I was happy, and because I know we have that opportunity to ask such a question.
Well, to tell the truth, it's a good concern you have. It's a good concern you have. Doesn't necessarily mean that everything that is documented in the Western world of Africa is all wrong. a lot of it is not correct, but a lot of it is correct, right? So AI depends on content. If AI has the content, it will do all kind of analysis for you. The concern here is that AI may give you content that is not relevant to the African culture, right? And then people begin to learn something that is not related to who we are. Until Africa keep building that content and opening that content to Africa, then we can begin to protect our culture. I believe there is, I think it was in either Kenya, where they have recruited a lot of Africans and open an AI center where all they do is continue to train AI with data. You know, they will say, what kind of picture ID? You will say, this is a goat, this is what, this is this.
Yeah, that's Kenya, data labelers.
So they are finding a way to get our enough information for us to be able to be more comfortable with what AI can do for us. So that concern might not be the truth for the next 5 years, because a lot of Africans are getting involved. They are bringing AI to their own location. Now, when you use AI, you can also tell AI that I want data only resident in Africa, or for my research. You can direct AI to where the information should come from, not just public information everywhere. Even companies today will direct AI to only look at company data and nothing else.
That's good.
So the possibilities are there. So ethical foundations, African center value ground AI use in Ubuntu principles, community community, dignity, and intercontinental readiness is something that people are aware about. People rather, sorry, thinking about myself now. People respect our culture the more they know about us, right? And the only way to know about us is to stay close to our content. But we don't have enough content out there. A lot of it is in books. But in the Western world, a lot of books have been digitized. A lot of books have been digitized. And most of our culture is in books. Until we start digitizing those books, we still have a long way to go when it comes to protecting our own culture. And so that concern will remain for a while.
Yeah, Prof, I want to say something. But Emmanuel, did he answer your question? There's something I need to add.
Okay.
Talking about digitizing our books. 2 weeks ago, I was speaking at the 125th anniversary of the National Business League founded by Booker T. Washington. And one of the Black leaders, Dr. Joshua Fraser, who was our keynote during our second annual Summit and Charity Ball, this man reads 50 books a year. He mentioned that one of these AI companies reached out to him. They wanted to digitize his books. They wanted to use the content of his books, and I think his publicist or manager said they should pay $5,000, which some people say that was less. So we are hoping that some of our students in this STEM program will reach out to some AI companies that are Afrocentric and help digitize our books, the content of some of our books that reflect who we are, our culture, our values, cultural intelligence. So I think Prof. Dr. Sese, and I'll let Dr. Bagayoko know, I think we should do a contest, because we're going to do a contest, a STEM contest next year for our summit in Ghana. I think that should be one of the things. Any student that can work on that project should be recognized at that event in Accra. Any student that can get some of these AI companies, I use Perplexity. I don't use ChatGPT, but I use Perplexity. And I'll try some other AI applications, but Perplexity is the one I use. I think our students should they should look into that, because if these books can be, when these books are digitized, it will give AI a lot of ammunition to portray Africa the way it needs to be portrayed.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I wanted to do a white paper for the Brain Bank for so many years. I didn't have the time. I started it. I asked a couple of team members to do it. Nobody got the time to do it. And I used AI. You know, I had to do a lot of corrections and rewrite it over. The AI trimmed it down for me. And even I have a video version of it. So AI really saves time. It really, really saves time. It is a must-have. You know, even myself not being an artist, I actually use AI to get a logo for a part of this program that I'm trademarking.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
yeah. Last question.
Okay. Can I say something? Yeah.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. What I wanted to say, just like what you were saying, our information will not be accurate if it's not from ourselves.
Yes.
Remember when we had WikiLeaks? WikiLeaks used to create content and allow people to edit. But most of the time, we were usually consumers of the information, but we hardly ever corrected it. WikiLeaks actually made the provision for people to edit the information that was there.
Yes.
Secondly, even with Google, for a very, very long time, it was very difficult to find local African content on Google. But now, I was amazed at the information they had about the chieftaincy lineage in my district. I learned more from Google than I learned in school, because now they have up-to-date information, but that is information that has been provided by the local people, by Africans. So I hope this mentoring that we are doing with you, this introduction, we are opening your eyes to what is possible. As Professor Bagayoko said, there's nothing you cannot do if you put your mind to it. So if we want to change our narrative, we have to be content creators ourselves.
Exactly. And you know, Dr. Sase, that's what we have been doing. And even on our channel, you're not going to see any nonsense on our channel. And our sister organization, Africa Online Media Corporation, where Professor Akwichek spent 4 weeks in August tackling STEM. For 9.5 years, we put out content about issues that affect our people. We seek solutions from those issues and make progress. But Emmanuel had a question. Let's go back to Emmanuel.
Thank you. Wolf and others, I really cannot re-overemphasize the importance of AI, more especially to Africans, because a lot of us are using it as we speak, even though maybe not in the appropriate way, but it's really helping some of us students that haven't the opportunity to buy books, or to go to have a computer on your own, or to go out there at a cafe. Using our phones, it is really, really helping. But here is another thing again. For us, the students, more especially for our primary kids, there is not an AI application you download that wouldn't ask you about your personal information. And we all know how the world, the country, the world by extension is going. A lot of fraudsters all around. So I really want to know how, what step do we take to protect our students' data and privacy? More especially, we all know once you have to install any app, it will ask for privacy.
Prof, did you hear the question?
Yeah. Well, it equally applies to you. How do you protect your personal data with this emerging technology that is truly, if you are sloppy about it, it can be a weapon against you. And a lot of people will fall victim. Indeed, it's for us to keep reminding and educating our own about proper use of AI and tools that you come across. So personally, there is what they call the two-factor authentication. If you are going to use any tool on, say, your phone, because your phone seems to be doing a lot of work for you, it's like your computer right there in your hands. You can do online banking. You can access proprietary information. You can do money transfers and all of that. Any service that, especially sensitive services that really you don't want to be exposed or your data to be exposed, please read about it before you use it. Now, we use WhatsApp almost daily. And then there's Instagram. Then there's other tools out there. They guarantee that your data, as you communicate with someone, is encrypted. And that's why people have comfort to use it a lot. So any app that you are using, you should enable two-factor authentication on the app and also enable it on your phone. What happens if your phone be picked up by somebody? Would they have access to your data? So that's a question that you have to reflect on. Again, there is no class or a class that I can go online and learn about it, right? Like somebody teaching you how to enable two-factor authentication, how to evaluate the apps. All you need to do is just read about it. Follow up with some of this public education that we're giving. Follow up with do your own research and use these ideas to protect yourself. So if you are in a position of helping students, that's exactly what you tell them. Use it, but be very careful not to expose your own private information. Even photographs that are on your phone to be protected. If you don't want anybody to see it, then you must figure a way to protect it. It doesn't happen like magic. You have to make effort to do it. And so what about if your phone goes stolen? What else will be lost? You have to think about it. For me, I know that one day my phone will get missing. So what do? I enable cloud storage where my phone is constantly being synced up to the cloud, or called iCloud. So all my data is not on my phone, it's already in the cloud. So if my phone is stolen by one way or the other, I can remotely wipe the phone out by sending a command. For Apple phone, you send a command and all your data will be wiped out from whoever has your phone. But then you have your data in the cloud, and when you get a new phone, you connect back to the cloud and you have all your data back. So that's one way that people do, back up your data. Back up your data. Now, on the phone, you can also do face recognition, because instead of putting username and password, which can easily be compromised, you can do face recognition. On my phone, username and password is not all that you need. You need to put your face on my phone to recognize who you are. Then it will open up for you, right? So those are two-factor authentication that you have to think about and how to use them. Great question.
Peter, I just thought about something. I know this has happened. I've seen it in movies where the facial recognition, the wife used the husband's face to unlock the phone.
Open his phone.
Why he was
asleep.
Even the fingerprints, we just, oh my God, we live in a very challenging world.
And I think one of these students said there's a lot of fraud out there. Yeah, there are.
Okay. Anybody else have any last questions before we call it the day? Prof, thank you so much. Dr. Sese, you want to announce what is coming next week?
I know next week is Mr. Indy. Mr. Indy. I put yes, Dr. Indy. He asked for, because he was supposed to be today. Then he asked me to move it to next week.
Okay.
Wait, I'll give it, I'll announce let me just check. I'll
Okay.
announce the,
Okay.
10 seconds.
No, that's fine. While you are checking, we want to, Salifu and Emmanuel and all the other student coordinators, please make sure the students are supposed to get 2 other students to subscribe to the channel so that they can benefit from these classes, and they're supposed to share. They need to share the video. You guys don't keep it to yourself. You need to share it. This class is being live streamed, so share it with other students who were not privileged to be in the first batch. It is very, very important, okay? You guys need to share.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, Professor Akwichek is not getting paid. Neither is Dr. Sese or myself. And we are not charging you guys. We are trying to raise funds for you guys, to those who are going into the phase 2. So maybe you guys should use AI to help raise funds to cover your tuition at the STEM phase 2. Prof, what do you think?
Okay, next week we have communication skills enhancement.
Oh, okay, that's Dr. Bundi.
Yeah,
he is actually the president of the Pan-African Writers Association. So you guys
that would be great.
He is amazing. We are bringing you guys only the best. So, and he's part of our management, Africa's Brain Management. So you guys get a lot of your colleagues. Dr. Sese, follow up with the you're on the Nigerian forum, you know, and Salifu, I think is there.
I don't have. Okay. I'll follow.
I added you there, and we'll get the Gambia people, Cameroon, and what's the first? Okay, so there's Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ghana.
I think students are returning to school now, so probably the like Cameroon, they'll return.
That's okay, Dr. Sese. That's all right. We'll let them know, and they need to watch it when they are not in school. Yeah. Well, Prof, any final comments from you?
The only comment I want to make here is that it's a great opportunity for our youth, our African youth, to get involved, and cautiously so, and aggressively so as well, because the opportunity is coming. It's already there, and it's actually exponentially growing. So in the next few years, nobody should be saying, oh, I don't have a job, Africa is poor. No, it's not, because the technology is coming. A lot of money is being poured into Africa, an emerging market.
Not poured into Africa. Africa already has a lot of resources.
Exactly. So I want to encourage everyone listening to us today, spread the message, spread the news, to get involved, and always come to us when you have questions. Thank you.
Dr. Sese, any final comments from you before we wrap up?
Thank you for the past 3 weeks of enlightening us of the importance of technology in our lives, not just in education, but in our lives. And I hope students will make excellent use of it, because I will. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Prof, thank you so much. I don't know what my own tuition will be, but I need to enroll in your class. So I don't know if the 50% discount applies to me or not. If it doesn't apply, it is worth it. I truly, both on a personal and a professional level, want to thank you, Professor Akwichek, and I am believing God that Trust Tech Online Academy will become a household name across the nations. And your logo is beautiful. The colors, it pops out. Everybody who listens to your lectures will remember that name, and it's a beautiful name. Thank you for all you do, and God bless you and your amazing wife and your generations. Okay, students, get to work, and we will see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.